Hello, guys. Hope you're doing well. This is TJ, and you're listening to Beyond the Ring podcast. And welcome to my Ring of Honor Best in the World pay-per-view review. And this show was a pretty long show. I don't know if I'm not used to 3 hour show like we see New Japan shows and all, road shows and all. That's all three hour show. But I don't watch that much, so that's why I don't know. That's why I'm not used to it. But still, this had a lot of wrestling. I mean, the wrestling quality itself was to decent to, I would say, very good. I would say, yeah. It's There's only very good one match actually very good. That's main event, and rest all was ranging from good to pretty good, and some decent matches as well. So it was pretty a nice. A nice start actually for Ring of Honor. Not the great, not the baddest. I would say that good, very good, good beginning for Ring of Honor and good return for the crowd. And if I want to compare like the AEW's return and the Ring of Honor return, I would rank AEW. I mean, certainly that's a top-notch promotion. We know that that's actually not good to compare these two promotions. I know that, but still, actually, this July month is all about returning of fans coming back and a crowd returning. So the crowd itself was, as I expected, the old Ring of Honor crowd. I expected that was not the case. There was up and down. Some matches, crowds were that receptive. Some matches were very very good. I mean, the Briscoes match, and also we'll get into that. So first of all, we get into the Ring of Honor Best in the World. Our one pre-show actually, and this pre-show had two matches, and first match is Rey Horus versus Demonic Flamita. So they are having this rivalry since last month actually, and actually Demonic Flamita actually turned on Rey Horus because they weren't actually uh, used to actually listen to each other during the tag team bout. So Demonic Flamita actually attacked Rey Horus, so that created a revenge story there. So this opening match, a good match to good opening match that I expected to start with, and this was a decent match. I would say that both worked out. Both Horus and Flamita worked out really well. Flamita's new character, that dark kind of character, his music change and all, that's pretty good. And Flamita shows off his disrespectful, cocky attitude, like playing with him, making fun of him. So the whole match, Flamita was playing on that character. He did it very well, and both having their quickness advantage when they are in control, and both having trying to get their upper hand on in this contest, in this match. A decent match. Horus picks up the victory actually via roll up on Flamita, and that actually upsets Flamita, and Flamita attacks Horus after that. So maybe this storyline would be continuing hereafter. We could see a decent match, I would say. And we got to the second match, which was Danhausen versus the Bouncers. Danhausen and PCO actually, I missed out that name, versus Bouncers. So this match really worked the crowd very well. I mean, the first match did work the crowd well. It was opening, but I would say that this match, the second match, was the one actually worked the crowd very well, and it was a really good match. We saw really good, decent match. I would say that where we saw release German suplex by hot tag to PCO, sent on by PCO on the side of the apron. So big moments I am speaking about. BSCD Bruiser was set up on the apron, and PCO actually had a sent onto the apron. So that actually got a very good crowd reception. Cannonball over the top rope over the rope on by Milonas. Milonas actually jumping over to PCO. Very nasty, man. I mean, he just falls down onto PCO's stomach. PCO really did worked very well, and it took a lot of bumps here. And Danhausen comes up for chokeslam, but PCO helps. A good nice moment there. He thought he hit that actually, and Danhausen touches him. PCO starts going nuts and kind of acting like a maniac that he is. His character starts running, and this was a cool moment where Dan actually was the one who actually lure him. So that's actually created an opening for Danhausen. Actually, Danhausen lure him, and he actually cannon bolted. I think it was. Beer City Bruiser or Milonas, I don't know, Cannonbolt, and that actually created a very positive note for their team, positive note for the team, and to control them, and and Dan controls kind of with a cannonbolt, and smart work by Danhausen. I thought about that. PCO and Danhausen wins by PCO salt by PCO itself, and really fun match. You can say a good match as well into the pre-show. If this would have been the only match, it could have been a very good pre-show, and else the whole 1 hour actually had many promos, actually many promos and segments, the build and all the matches after the first match we saw. So really good hour one, and you can it's not a must watch or something, you can certainly miss out, but still a fun watch, you can say that. So we get to the main show of the Ring of Honor Best in the World, and the first match we saw was a tag team match where these guys, the Briscoes and PJ Black and Brian Johnson, are actually competing against each other for a ranking actually onto the World Tag Team Championship ranking. So there was a lot of ranking matches here, and yeah, apart from this, we got that EC3 match, which had a implication, and we also had other match as well where. One more match I could think, yeah. So anyway, this match was a pretty fun match, a nice match, I would say. The Briscoes are on to the after the are actually finished off their match, their fight on the farm last week, and they are actually back together, kind of coming back kind of for the them boys, and crowd actually feed off the Briscoes very well with very good reception, and the Briscoes, the Ring of Honor fans couldn't be Briscoe's fan, actually. Like they are the they are the must watch tag team of the one of the successful tag team of greatest, you can say, tag team of the Ring of Honor roster, actually. So the Briscoes, certainly they actually were in the upper echelon, actually picking up the victory. So Brian Johnson and PJ Black was just the stepping stone that we were thinking, and this match was just like that. There was an urgency. There was a fast-paced match that was going on, and pretty nice. Pretty nice, again worked and feed off the crowd very well, as I said, and well reserved victory for the Briscoes. Finished them with a J Driller and elbow drop by Mark Briscoe. But that doesn't mean actually PJ Back and Brian Johnson didn't get any offense. Actually, they actually also worked on them very well by isolating Jay Briscoe onto the corner by not getting the tag. Some simple tag team work that we see, but the Briscoes, they are the most experienced tag team wrestlers, so we we ain't gonna not see that they are gonna lose it. So Brian Johnson, actually Briscoes defeated Brian Johnson and PJ Black, and Mark Briscoe actually got the pin on PJ Black. So that was a questionable ending where. They could have ended like Mark Briscoe getting the pin on Brian Johnson, actually, because Brian Johnson is more of upcoming talent. PG Black is a very experienced wrestler. Yeah, so that was that did. It's a tag team match. We know that don't harm like that much. We aren't going to see PJ Black into the title picture or something, in the world title picture or something. But still, a talking point that I actually thought about. And we get to the next match, and this was a fun, as I said, this tag team match was a very fun opener, very good, really good opener, I would say, and that actually created a whole lot of expectation to this show. And we get to the second match, which was a singles match, EC3 versus Flip Gordon. So this had a major implication, as I said, as the winner of this match will be the next challenger for Bandido, either Bandido or Roos Ring of Honor World Championship. So had a lot of major implication. Apart from this, that this ain't just a championship contender match or something. This had a story as well, a simple story you can tell if you see, as EC3 and Flip Gordon had a tag team match. So they defeated the Briscoes in a Ring of Honor TV show. So after that, actually EC3 took the actually Flip Gordon actually hit the chain on the Mark or Jay Briscoe, I don't remember. So that actually didn't EC3 didn't see that EC3 hit his neck breaker and he got the victory. And he was reminded by Quinn McKay, actually the backstage interviewer, that what Flip Gordon did wasn't the best way you took up the victory. So EC3 wasn't knowing that he was doing that. So he's a babyface character there here. And even though his character is like control your narrative, he's free, but he looks like a heel or something, but he is a babyface here. And Flip Gordon and EC3, the chemistry wasn't that very good, I would say. As I said, if EC3 was a heel here, and Flip Gordon was usually his past run as a face, the flip flop guy could have been better, but certainly an untouchable, untouchable. Uh, Untouchable region, or the untouchable criteria, or the region where Flip Gordon hasn't touched upon. So that's a very good opening for Flip Gordon to try out new things. So we could see the positive things as well, as Flip Gordon is trying on new things. So anyway, this match was a very great competitive wrestling, chain wrestling, headlock, head scissors, shoulder block. Good fun moment was going on this match. Flip Gordon with a quickness and athletic advantage, and we know about him. And then EC3 had that was not very quick, but he was a strength, had a strength and a power guy, I could say that. EC3 tries to slam Gordon, but he slips out and takes shoulder block onto the knee of EC3, kind of a job block. So that played a good, a decent story, you could say. But I would say decent, because that didn't played out very crucial, I would say. But they didn't work out the knee very well, but still that was a nice touch. That story was continued by Flip Gordon. EC3 comes back with that Ricky Steamboat like double chop to his chest. And I want to say one thing as well. So no, that was another match actually. Sorry for that. And double chops to the chest like Ricky Steamboat. Beautiful wrestling and neck to neck match was going on, and it was great to see. And we get to the moment where Flip Gordon targets EC3's legs, while EC3 was fighting through the pain and trying to hit that power moves, chops, hard clothesline, and Gordon actually working over a part of a body is a new kind of thing. I actually write about that. Actually think about that. I actually think about and written about it, like Gordon working on the body limb and the parts of the. It's a new kind of character that Flip Gordon is actually having a moment to work upon. So that we haven't seen, because he's more of a flip flop guy. He's a more of a lucha kind of wrestler that we have seen, but a very changed character. And it fits well. I don't think so that very well. He's still working on it. The character is still working on him, but and yeah, so he's still working on him. If he could have a little depth on that run, it would be good. I mean, yeah. So that I would think about. And this match actually finished like EC3 getting a submission win on Gordon. And the match itself, as I said, was decent in my opinion. There was good moments here and there. That the chop blocks and all the story that was played out are not very good, but the match itself was decent in my opinion. Working out the knee was a good work done by very well by Gordon to further his heel character. But they didn't work that match. It didn't had a threat for EC3 actually. And Flip Gordon as a heel is still in a developing nature, and he was way much more better as a face. And crowd was also kind of not very as actually paid attention. That the crowd wasn't very into this match, and kind of lost into this match, was kind of muted. And that actually put away the feel of the show kind of into a small kind of a backseat, I would say. Yeah, so this was the point, that the show wasn't into a high gear. The show was certainly as a hub was a up and down kind of a show. It was not kind of into a high trajectory or something. It was up and down kind of a hill climbing kind of thing. That was the feel of the show here. So we get to the next match, and this was Shane Taylor Promotions versus Draper, Isam, and Dalton Castle facing off. Facing for the six-man Ring of Honor six-man tag team championships, and this again was a decent match again, and it was fun in the finishing stretch. Actually, this began with a very whole lot of shenanigans of Dalton Castle, as he wanted to. After the match, both men EC3 and Flip Gordon was standing in the ring. Were standing in the ring, and EC3 actually had a actually handshake, demands a handshake kind of, and but he didn't. He actually didn't handshake, and he tries again. EC3 tries again and didn't again, and for the third time he actually spat on EC3 actually, and that looked very bad for EC3. I don't know why EC3 is doing this kind of a sympathetic babyface character. He's really well known for the heel character, and he's very well fit onto that, and that's what actually kind of bugged me in this match. As I don't have any problem of facing off Flip Gordon's heel character. I don't have, but EC3 playing the face character was the issue here. I mean, yeah, if Flip Gordon is he's trying very well his heel character, and certainly is in the development nature, but still he's doing well. But in the case of, as I said, EC3 isn't working that face character very well. I don't know why he actually did. He looked very bad, and yeah, that spat actually was on his face, and he was just standing there. None of them have given the coke cloth or something to just wipe off or something. Oh, it was bad. And we get to the next match. This was for the Ring of Honor six-man tag team championship against Shane Taylor Promotions versus Draper, Isom, and Dalton Castle. So this match wasn't that very good. I mean, I can say average to decent match. You could say that first half, or the 70% of the match, 80% of the match, like it was more of a shenanigan kind of match, rather than a very serious wrestling tag team championship match. So that feel actually got away from that this was a six-man tag titles match. The shenanigans was played by obviously Dalton Castle. Actually, he wants to have the tag, he wants to work, he wants to people crowd cheer, and he was that was, I mean, he's good what he does, and but kind of a miss, and John Morrison, but they do more better than Dalton Castle actually. But it wasn't a good way to portray Dalton Castle character in this serious kind of six-man tag team match. So that actually degraded the value of this six-man tag team championship, or the match itself. So that was the thing I actually didn't like. But in the finishing stretch, it actually it picked up. It was fast, and the finishing stretch, as I said, the match had a lot of action and crowd workable moves, like throwing around. Anyway, as expected, Shane Taylor Promotions retains the six-man title, as Draper actually was going to the top. Yeah, Isom was going to the top rope, and Dalton Castle wants to finish him off. I don't know why. If he better leave Isom, they would have got the victory. But still, I could see Isom and Dalton Castle's rivalry or something. I didn't expect these pure wrestlers. I mean, Draper, Isom, these both are very good pure wrestlers. I mean, this was a match that actually I didn't think about, like made up match or something. But still, the build up wasn't there as well. So a pass on match, I would say, a decent match. You can say acceptable into the finishing stretch. That's why. So this was a match where Shane Taylor Promotions retains their six-man tag team championship. And we get to the next match, and this was Josh Woods versus Silas Young, the third rubber match between the student and the teacher. And teacher is obviously Silas Young, student is Josh Woods. So the past two matches they had, where the first match Silas Young actually got the victory and, by actually taking her legs onto the rope, and that actually picked up the victory. And in the next match, Josh Woods demanded a pure match, and Silas Young lost that match. Josh Woods got the victory there, and we get to the third match. This is the third match, rubber match, and this is the last man standing match. As a last man standing match, this wasn't like a in the recent memory, like I saw the Kevin Owens semi, so that's why I'm telling this wasn't that very level. But still, like drama wasn't that very high or something, but still the commentary and the crowd worked well here and there, I would say that. As they were into this match, moments were there in this match, a good entertaining fun match, I would say. Last man standing match, you could not expect a wrestling match here, because last man standing match, it's a thrown off, it's kind of a throwing off whatever you have, whatever material in your kitchen sink you have. So that's kind of match. Students teacher turns into a third match. Then it wasn't a very long, they had good spots by both of them. Crazy things weren't there, I would say, but it was onto the acceptable, with a decent amount of selling as well incorporated into the match, as Josh Woods German suplexes onto the two tables for Silas Young, and that was the way where actually Josh Woods picked him up, and he stands up, and while Silas Young wasn't unable to, and that got the victory. And I admire that. I mean, that was a good way to end there, because that was epitome. That was the end of the match. You can say that that was the highest spot of this match, considering this match, and they did well, and they didn't over deliver, they didn't under deliver. It was acceptable kind of standard, a good, pretty good to good last man standing match. And hopefully is this is the end of the rivalry. Now they have the three matches, and yeah, so that was this match, Jay Lethal versus Brody King, and this match was for the rankings of the Ring of Honor World Championship. And apart from that, the faction war is going on, so that's also the thing that is going on between the Violence Unlimited and the Foundation. So that actually been going on from many weeks right now, since May, I think so. And so that actually is ending up into a singles match, and that have serious implication for the Ring of Honor World title ranking as well. So Brody King is on number 2, as we have, as Rikamani mentions and displays that graphics, and Rikamani examples actually this match. That's out of my mind actually. He says that this match on the level of Andre and Hogan. I mean, what, man? I was like, what? From which angle do you like? Does it look like that? I mean, I don't know what's been comparable, like Andre and Hogan. I mean, I don't know why. So, anyways, that's a very overrated thing that ever a commentator said recently. You can say that. So, again, this match was. I really expected that Jay Lethal could be picking up the victory, because always the foundation is on the top, and they are being booked very strongly always. So right now, but that's not the case here, as they have not they don't have the gold. Only Jonathan Gresham has. That's a pure championship. And quite a few moments, quite a few weeks right now, Foundation is not on the very same level that they were, because new factions are coming up, like Violence Unlimited. They are being a pretty very a difficult threat for the Foundation team. So again, this match, as I said, Jay Lethal was expecting, but that was not the case, where Brody King picked up the victory. Not only that, he actually destroyed Jay Lethal as a squash match kind of thing. Actually, this match actually began with Lethal with a flurry of strikes and flurry of movements, and hit a lethal injection as well in a minute or so, but it didn't get a victory. It got only a 1 count, and after that it was all Brody King, as his power advantage and strength advantage was being blistered. Brody King finishes actually Jay Lethal with 2 Ganso bomb, and he tried a mini Ganso bomb attempt before as well, but he actually completely destroyed and punished Jay Lethal. Death Valley driver on the apron, a big lariat, 2 Ganso bombs. That was the ending. Extended squash, you can say that, but I didn't expect like Jay Lethal would be kind of a squash, treated as a squash. I don't know why, but is there any injury that Jay Lethal is facing, or some time to giving him time off or something? Don't know, but the Foundation is a faction, so I don't know what's this was a complete destruction of Lethal, and Lethal had a opening, a very good opening, but The story, as I said, was Jay Lethal wasn't able to match the style of Brody Lee, his roughness and nastiness, and that we can only imagine, because as a story, but what happened was entirely different in booking wise. That wasn't a very good decision, I could think so. And yeah, so that's because after Jonathan Gresham, Jay Lethal is in one of the right hand man of the team, the foundation faction. So that didn't look good for Jay Lethal. I mean, I mean, you can pick him up from there. You can pick him up from there, definitely. But in a major pay-per-view loss, that was uncalled for me. And we get to the another foundation match, and this time uh, it's the is the leader of the faction, the foundation, Jonathan Gresham, defending his Ring of Honor Pure Championship against Mike Bennett. And I was really expecting this match to be very good. I was really looking forward to this match, as I would say. And this match, as I expected, was a great match. And Ring of Honor, it's the staple Ring of Pure Wrestling division, and they do it very well. They do it very well. Like no other, you can say that no one has pure division, and they are the strongest and the best that Ring of Honor is has got, actually. So Ring of Honor, kudos to this great match, man. I mean, very great. And this match actually began with the promo package, and excuse me, and then we got Bennett got this match because he had won a 20 minute gauntlet match, pure match, actually. And he won the whole thing. And that was the way, actually, Mike Bennett got the chance to have the Ring of Honor Pure title shot. And so Mike Bennett and Matt Taven, they are also in a tag team as well, the OGK representing. They also had a reunion. And last paper, I think so, in 19th anniversary or something. Yeah, this was a very skillful, methodical wrestling, as we expect from pure wrestling. Actually, Mike Bennett, Jonathan Gresham was very cocky here, very heelish kind of attitude. And Mike Bennett was the one who had the crowd support more, and he was the more babyface character here. And Mike Bennett, um, uh, uh, like in the initial moments of the match, he got a London dungeon attempt by Bennett, have a rope break but by Gresham, and that actually created a one loss rope break for Jonathan Gresham, a major loss, because these rope breaks actually have a lot of importance to this pure wrestling match. Because if you are locked into that submission, you ain't got any rope breaks, and if you have lost the three of them. So that was a major advantage that Mike Bennett got, and that overconfidence was got a loss for Jonathan Gresham. And Gresham works out the left arm of Bennett very well. He targets the left arm, and he's acting very disrespectfully, kind of not respecting him, not a very worthy challenger or something, and cocky, clapping on his hands, on his foot, controlling him by many difficult kind of the wrestling maneuvers, amateur wrestling maneuvers. And Bennett uses the rope break to escape the arm control by Gresham, finally, because of the onslaught damage that this Gresham had made. And Bennett, I was very much expect Jonathan Gresham to pick up the victory, but this match actually took upon and lean on to me into Mike Bennett, actually. So I was expecting maybe kind of a shocker or something. Maybe Mike Bennett getting the victory could be a great thing. I mean, he was so good, man. He was so good. I mean, this is the guy who was being used in WWE as a power couple kind of comedic character with with his wife, the what's her name, Maria Kanellis. So that's a real surprise that both of them are very doing very good. On the one hand, Mike Bennett and Maria Kanellis doing their own thing in the Ring of Honor thing, and on the other hand, Nick Aldis and Mickey James, kind of a very similar situation that they are dealing with. Both have been fired from, I mean released from WWE. So yeah. That's a quick actually thought about that actually said. So coming to this match, Bennett have a favoritism here, as I said, and Bennett actually taps outside to the camera lock that was locked in by Gresham because of his, as I said, his arm was completely ripped off, very much damaged, and Gresham forces Bennett to use the rope break number two as he was entering the as they were entering the ring, and he forces to use that. So number two for Bennett then, and Bennett forces Gresham to use the rope break after some point because he locked in again the London Dungeon. So London Dungeon and the arm work was the main storyline that actually led to the this rope breaks for both of the guys. Very good storytelling that they were telling. Technical wrestling is always like that. It tells a very good story. Always, if you have 1 minute of technical wrestling, it would be you can study them by facial behavior and the and the way they are behaving and the way they are having the reactions and the way they are actually controlling them, their facial reaction and all, as I said. So that actually creates a very good storytelling, and this was like that. And man, he was one of the best beer wrestlers. When Dungeon was locked in, I was remembering Nigel McGuinness back then when they had a match with Brian Dennison. Great match, man. And Bennett did forget his bad arm. And for the brief moment, I thought about that actually. Had a little less selling there because he picks some easily and Gresham with ease. So at the later part of the match, Gresham was more working the arm very well. He wasn't being affected by that, but he still after that he actually tries to sell it very decently. And Gresham taps Bennett out by trapping his leg into a heel hook or something, and uh, that was the ending of this match actually. And before that we also have as I say Jonathan Gresham was pinned actually by Bennett. Was going to get pinned by Bennett actually, but Gresham's leg was under the rope, and that was a very high drama situation where Mike Bennett thought about that he got the win, but ref actually look upon the situation, and he just said that that's a rope number three for Jonathan Gresham using his last number rope break, and Mike Bennett finally was locked into a STF kind of thing, but he actually rolled over. He actually haven't had and have a rope break left, and that was Bennett took Gresham to the limit, and in the end earned his respect. It's a and the crowd reaction was there, but still the crowd was something kind of muted at times. So the crowd was, as I said, wasn't very excited. I don't know why, because is this the Ring of Honor? Is this the Ring of Honor crowd that we expect, like Philadelphia crowd that we expect? Don't know, but they both of them worked very really hard and had a great match, one of the best match of this pay-per-view, you can say. And and a great match as expected. 254 days is the reign of Gresham's pure title right now, and 350 days is Nigel McGuinness. And Riccaboni notes that, and I have no doubt that he can break the Nigel's record, and he's into that. He's to that echelon. I would say that is to that level. He could certainly be beating, but he could more of. Start respecting other guys as well, new and upcoming guys. You should not be overconfident. I know that respecting actually comes from actually from the performance, the work you do, but you at least you have to appreciate that you are with a competitor. You should respect that. So that wasn't very good thing that actually looked upon on Gresham's face and all, because the foundation doesn't reflects that. Foundation's motto and the definition different doesn't reflect kind of that thing. So they want to protect Ring of Honor with respect and honor. So if you speak about honor, you should give honor to your fellow competitors as well. I think about that in the story basis. I'm telling that. So that's a match. So great match. I really recommend you to watch this match. And then we go to seventh match actually, and uh, As I'm saying, seventh match, because you could say fifth match in the main card, but I'm mixing up with the pre-show as well. So seventh match, Dragon Lee versus Tony Deppen. This match was after this actually match, the pay-per-view. I mean. Had a crowd based match, and that was good. I mean, that was good. I would say that, but as I speak about Dragon Lee versus Tony Deppen match, pretty good match. No selling kind of match. Not a fan of this type of match. I've already told in every kind of reviews and all. I am not very spot fest fan of spot fest kind of matches, and that's why I don't love Young Bucks. But even though I know I I now actually, but because of their character, and the match was good here and there, and they had the reversals and all. They were having super kicks and destroyers, and there was a point where actually there was a point where actually had a sunset flip power bomb or something. So it was a, I mean, there was a this interference, but Kenny King actually ran down from commentary to provide a distraction, but that didn't matter too much as Deppen immediately went to exchanging German suplex with Dragon Lee. The crowd finally started to come alive at this point, and we got a poison run, a big lariat. So it was a smash mouth kind of style, I would say that kind of we expect in AEW kind of style. You could say that. I'm not a very fan about that, as I said, and but still it was fun, entertaining match. The crowd working match it was, but the crowd really didn't work that well. Dragon Lee actually becomes the new Ring of Honor television champion actually, and Dragon Lee connected with the incineration need to capture the TV title for the second time. I mean, a fun, entertaining match. You could say that. I mean, in a wrestling perspective, I'm not very I'm not very into that, because the selling that's I expect actually very look upon in any wrestling match, but that wasn't there here that much. But still, Dragon Lee, Tony Deppen really worked hard this match. A really well worked match, you can say that. They absolutely were good here, and not much. That was this match, and I would be I would be I would be saying it's a fun match, as I said. And we get to the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles, and this was fight without honor, and that means that this didn't have any rules. So as this happened, I want to say one thing, that this match actually happened right out of the bat, where this Dragon Lee is a Tony Deppen's member actually. Tony Deppen's faction members comes up, and they actually try starts to attack Dragon Lee, and LFI members comes up, and the Violence Unlimited members comes up, and Violence Unlimited and the Foundation, right about that, they begin the match, and they ring the bell, and it was a bad representation, as I said. I mean, this is the second most important title you have, the tag team title. I mean, apart from the single championship you have, this is a tag team title. That's the main thing. But they didn't actually created a big of a moment there, because this was a two faction that was very one of the pivotal story point that Ring of Honor Ring of Honor is actually carrying upon. So, excuse me. So, Violence Unlimited actually come up, and Foundation comes up. So the style in which they actually escalated right after the TV title match into the World Tag Team title match, wasn't a fan of that for me. But still, the match was good. Good, I would say. It was better. It was more better than I had a selling as well than the TV title match we had between Dragon Lee and the Tony Deppen. And this match. Was good match. And there's also another thing actually happened, and there was a lot of card change there, because we had red Tracy Williams actually had a car accident actually, so he wasn't cleared by the Maryland Athletic Commission, so he would be not there. So Jonathan Gresham was the member who was gonna replace Tracy Williams actually. And after the match, the titles requested him that we are having the tag team defense, so if you could come up. So he worked a 20-minute or a 25 minutes. I mean, it's not a normal match, it's a pure wrestling match, and I was very kind of had a gut feeling that maybe they would be losing, but I had a trust as well, maybe they would not be losing, kind of, because they are, at the end of the day, they are the baby faces, so maybe they would be retaining. And but that wasn't the case, because Violence Unlimited completely changed the narrative of the thing, of the rivalry, actually, as Violence Unlimited picked up the victory here, and they are the new Ring of Honor tag team champions. And this this worked out well. This started off like Jonathan Gresham stepped up to team with Red Titus. Homicide and Chris Dickinson had come out to check on Tony Deppen following his loss to Dragon Lee, but this led to Gresham and Titus running down to get this one started. And chairs was getting introduced immediately. Titus took a huge bump on a chair. Mishnuku driver on Homicide. Homicide is always fun to watch. A very a CCW style kind of wrestler, and he's always fearless, and he's always does whatever the hell he can, and he's that kind of wrestler. He's always works well with the crowd, so that's why they actually have this co-main event match. I do know about that. Homicide has been the one of the staple of the Ring of Honor as well, because if you remember, the first episode we had was the Ring of Honor 2002. Homicide was one of the match against, I would say, it was against Eddie Guerrero, actually. Homicide, yeah. So Homicide had a good performance here. Gresham and Dickinson alone in the ring go at it for a bit, but Homicide and Titus soon got back in the fray, as they had a spot where Red Titus actually power bombed Homicide onto the ring announcer's table, I would say. Yeah, ring announcer. Yeah, I could say that. So that girl was sitting there. She was trapped, actually. I mean, she was very afraid, as I looked upon her face. I don't know why they didn't escape her. Fans didn't. I mean, fans were apart from away, because the crowds were not very near to the barricade, actually, and that actually created a distance to the reaction that we've been getting. Because if they would have been somewhat closer, would have been better. I mean, I do know that they want to have the safest kind of thing that want to be continued, and maybe they would be planning to have pay-per-view kind of fans every pay-per-view. So next pay-per-view is in August, Glory by Honor, I think so, it's August 20 or 21st. But they want to do the pay-per-view in the fans kind of crowd wants to be there. So they are playing it very, very safe, but that actually created a distance from the that reaction from a distance, actually. So I thought about that, but still, actually, Ring of Honor finally crowds returned. That was very good, man. Very fresh air, to fresh breathe to listen to that reaction. And I'm very happy to WWE actually returning to that. Very, very happy, very, very excited. And coming to this match, and Homicide nailed Titus with a ace crusher off the top rope. We then got a very fun spot where Dickinson hit Titus with a Michinoku driver to break up an octopus lock by Gresham, and that was a cool spot there, and that was cool. So an attempt by Homicide to use Fork was foiled, but that didn't matter, as Dickinson nailed Titus with a Pazuzu bomb off the second rope and through a table. Homicide then nailed Gresham with that Dakop Akil, that finisher to capture the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles. And yeah, you could say that finisher name is Dakop Killa, but that's like the real finisher name is kind of back and head breaker, you can say that. Yeah, no, that's not the name, actually. I not remember that name. The original name of the move is very different. Yeah, so kind of a destroyer onto the neck or something, you can say that. This wasn't I mean, this was way better, actually, than TV title match, I said. But and the crowd worked well. I mean, as I said, crowd were reacting to some good spots and here and there. But it was not like an old Ring of Honor crowd that we expect, like roaring all through the match. That was not like that, because I don't know why. There were young guys or something, because most of them were, as they were panning out the camera, there was some family guys, and there was some more of audience were kind of in a 40s or 50s kind of range. And there were some I would say that. But certainly they tried to have a very good crowd reaction. I'm coming to the crowd because now they are back with that, and are into this matches, and also that's why they how much they work. That's why I'm telling that. And very cool match, I would say. Very good, very good. I mean, exciting ending was surprising. Homicide and Chris Dickinson won the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship. Match was good. Spots were there, but still selling was there as well. Matter of fact, if anything goes, match. So another crowd feeding match, that was fun and enjoyable. Nothing over the top, but Foundation using heel tactics, as I said, was new, and the match demanded that. I know that they were actually Red Titus actually hit the chair on. As I look upon, it's on Red Titus actually. It's on yeah, Red Titus actually. So that was a no, it's on Homicide actually. I completely erred myself. So Homicide actually. So that was a kind of where we not see, but this match demanded that. This match nothing kind of match, but still, if you say that the anything match, that we had two matches, that we had the last man standing match and this match, I would certainly rank a last man standing match as a better match. I could not compare because that's a singles match, this is a tag team match, but still I'm very just comparing for my liking. So that's this co-main event. We get to the main event, and before that we have Ring of Honor women's bracket reveal, as Maria Kanellis and Lenny Leonard, who's gonna be in the Ring of Honor Women Title Tournament as a commentator, revealed the bracket for the Ring of Honor Women's Title Tournament. So the championship itself was also being displayed, but they didn't pan out very close the camera. And the fact that the finals we better that before Dishonor, it's on September, I guess they said. And Maria then mentions how Vida Von Stark got removed from the tournament for not following the rules, because I actually missed a segment where they had, I think it was after first match or something, where Tracy Tracy Williams, I think, no, Matt Taven actually comes up. Matt Taven comes up and he actually cuts a promo, and he's in this. He's very happy to be here, he says, and it's kind of a babyface promo. And here comes the villainous group, the that yeah, Vincent comes up, and Vincent actually demands a match, and he got a contract there, and they finally have a decision where they were going to have a loser leave, and he says that I will leave Ring of Honor, but Vincent says that I don't want you to leave, but either else I want your Ring of Honor world title shot. You have been didn't you cashed in that moment, so you didn't catch that moment, so I want that opportunity. So he gives that opportunity. So kind of odds are against Matt Taven actually, because if he lose, I think so he would be leaving, and he would be going to lose the the world title shot as well. So a pretty good difficult time for Vincent and Matt Taven. And and on top of that, it's a steel cage match. So Ring of Honor, it's a lot of time where we didn't have seen the steel cage match in Ring of Honor. So quite excited about that. So I think so. Now they are odds against Matt Taven. Matt Taven could be picking up the victory here, or maybe if the leaving thing is the legit thing. If he's leaving the company or something, if his contract is getting over, we don't know. But still, that's a match coming up, maybe next pay-per-view or after that. Getting into this situation, Maria actually, that's why Vida Von Star was getting removed from the tournament, as Matt Taven attacked Vincent after the match, and Vida Von Star was getting included there. So that's why. And this led to the announcement that Chelsea Green has joined Ring of Honor, and Chelsea Green's music hits, and we didn't know it was Chelsea Green. It was shocking, and it was really surprising. And she came out to cut a promo about how she wants to prove that she's the best by winning the tournament. Her arm is still in a cast, and so she's not clear to wrestle in Maryland. So here it is what it is, she says. But I guess she's still going to be in the tournament, and maybe she will have her first round match on any shows or something. Regardless, it's it was a very good surprise that Ring of Honor actually gave here. I mean, in a pay-per-view, actually, that was a really good job that Ring of Honor guys did, because Chelsea Green, I've been strongly expecting her in Impact Wrestling challenging against the Deonna Purrazzo, but that wasn't the case. And AEW was also on the air, but that wasn't the case here. But again, it can do it. I mean. coming Chelsea Green coming to Impact Wrestling or something, because these forbidden doors are open other than WWE, could say. But still a very good surprise there by Ring of Honor. So hopefully, hopefully a good women's title, women's division that's being created and panned around in Ring of Honor as well, just like NWA is going to do at August, their all women's pay-per-view. So that's the situation, and we get to the main event finally, and it's for the Ring of Honor World title, and Bandido versus Rouge. Bandido won actually the Survival of the Fittest 2021 tournament, and that's why he's getting the shot here. And Rouge has been the champion for many long time, I would say, and I was expecting a title change, and but this match was so great, and I mean, the difference between this match and the other matches was that this match had a story, this match had a character work that was out of the top for Rouge, I would say. His heel character was very good, that was being displayed here. Very good heel work, as I said, and helping babyface, that helped babyface Bandido get a very good sympathy there, and that arrogance, that attitude, that cocky showing by Rouge was really great. And Bandido had a very great elevation moonsault. That's a point where I actually was a very kind of enthralling kind of move that actually they did. And another two table break was going to come, and that actually happened as well, as Bandido actually had a sent down kind of tope suicida, you can say, tope suicida over to Rouge. Actually, it did damaged both of them, and actually I thought about that it damaged Bandido more, but they actually crashed into the two tables, and that was a great spot. And there was it wasn't 100% perfect match. There was here and there with botch kind of thing, where Rouge was kind of hitting the drop kick when Bandido was hitting the ropes into the Rouge, and Rouge had a drop kick that didn't reach Bandido well. And there was also a spot where pop-up cutter was being tried by Bandido, but he didn't catch actually the Rouge's head, and that actually created a very wide distance. And but still, I mean, George, I'm not just nitpicking here, but still, this match was very fun, very good main event, and I was very excited. This match actually was, I think so. This match was. Not very long, 20 minutes I would say, but not a one moment in this match I actually bored out, and the reaction was great here. Crowd worked out very well in this match, and how could not be there, because this was the main event, and it was enjoyable. Good determination and the grit shown by Bandido, and both of them were not giving up. Rouge didn't want to lose the championship, and as Bandido didn't was also want to not to have lose championship, but Bandido actually picked up the victory. It's a lot of questionable kind of victory, because it should have been a clean victory, but still this could further the storyline, maybe another title match or something in another pay-per-view you could see. But again, it was enjoyable, and very good heel work, a very good layer to this match that added to it. Certainly I would say that, and that was the end of the show. Before that, after the match, it wasn't a happy ending, because LFI comes up, and they didn't give Bandido a bit of a moment to celebrate the moment, and they come destroys Rouge. They destroys Bandido actually, and I think so. Something is going to happen, like Maxi Scott is going to be reuniting, because they have been not in the same page. I don't know if Rey Horus and Demonic Flamita is going to be the same page. Maybe Bandido could help them having patch up, because I'm saying, because Demonic Flamita attacked Rey Horus after the match, because of not winning the match, but I mean, they could have again a match or something at a weekly episode, and then they officially make in a 2 week or so the reunion or something, reunion of sort, and facing off against LFI, helping the blood and helping the old guys and old friends actually. So maybe having a six-man six man not a title, six-man tag team situation could be, that would be good. So LFI versus the Maxi Squad, so that could be played out. So Bandido is your new Ring of Honor World Championship. So quite a lot of title change, as well as we only have six-man title, which didn't change hands, Shane Taylor Promotions, and the pure title actually also didn't changed hands. Yeah, it was Jonathan Gresham and actually retained the championship. And apart from that, the Ring of Honor World Tag Team title actually changed hand. The Ring of Honor TV title changed hands. So Ring of Honor World Tag Team title is on to the hands of Homicide and Chris Dickinson representing Violence Unlimited, and we have Ring of Honor TV title being won by Dragon Lee. So lots of lucha wrestler, Mexican wrestler. I was remembering like so much of talent from Mexico. They are being displayed in Ring of Honor, guys. I hope that maybe if the Lucha Dragons or the Lucha I think so in WWE could come into Ring of Honor, could be a great, they can create a great faction. I mean, I'm just thinking about the opportunity they can do, yeah, if they leave the company, because they ain't doing anything like a Grand Metalik or something. That would be a great addition to Ring of Honor, because they represent the Mexican superstars very, 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 very well, because they have been have had matches, uh, had a culture of matches very well, and that actually was is being seen a very good in a very good manner by Ring of Honor fans. So I do expect these WWE guys WWE Lucha wrestlers coming up, because they ain't doing anything just to run away into a 24/7 title picture. So that's another talk. I know that. But this was the end of the show. Again, a very long pay-per-view. A long pay-per-view. I don't know why I'm not accustomed to that. That's why I'm telling. But still, I felt like I would say that's why I'm saying like this was a long pay-per-view. But still, good matches were there. Very good main event. Overall, this would be, I would say, that a good return for Ring of Honor, finally returning the crowds. And maybe this could be having this could be continued like every pay-per-view. They would be having the fans, like next year it would be August 20th, the or 21st, I think so, the Ring of Honor Glory by Days. That's the pay-per-view. And we have Death Before Dishonor, that's not confirmed, maybe in that September or something. So if they can pull over some fans onto the Ring of Honor weekly show, that would be great as well. I mean, yeah, I think so. I mean, why are not they going on road? I don't know why, but because the roster is very good, and but they should do that. Finally, because the vaccines are getting available right now, so they should do that. Ring of Honor could be very better promotion to have that crowds getting back. So that's my view. Lot of discussion on this pay-per-view. I hope you liked it. What are your thoughts actually? What's your favorite match in this pay-per-view actually? Please tell me in the comment section below, and like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content and reviews and discussion and talks like this. I loved about talking pro wrestling. That's why I do this. Even though 2 people 3 people watch this video, I don't care, because I want to enjoy myself. That's what I do. So if you feel like that as well, please do subscribe to this channel. And I appreciate you support, if you support for me. So I will see you guys in the next one, guys. Until then, be safe, stay energetic, peace.